Nowadays, we as humanity are facing lots of different issues that are very important. The one that I chose was education, or more specifically, how the lack of it affects the condition of life and the development of a country. I chose it because, in my point of view, education is one of the most important things in the world. Through it, the world can have better living conditions, and many of the actual problems could be solved. Also, I chose it because I think that during these pandemic times, we are able to see and recognize that education has been the key in order to decrease the impact of the coronavirus, and we have many examples of it. This huge issue is relevant for me because it affects all of us. Also, the right of education is Article number 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and many people don't have access to it. To guarantee schooling of the population, at least at the basic level, and to encourage people to be more conscious about the importance of education which we receive at home, could really help out for our country to develop. Unfortunately, in many countries, the government hasn't been able to guarantee this, and a great percentage of the population do not count with the basic knowledge. The perspective that I acquire about this topic is that learning moral values at home and to receive an adequate education are of extreme importance for a country to develop, and many problems related with environment, society, and economy could be solved with this. Through the investigation, dialogue, and intercultural communications that I did, I realized that there exists a lot of different perspectives around it, and even though I don't agree with some, I have to be respectful. Additional to this, my perspective about this issue didn't change before and after the cultural interactions because throughout the research that I did, the information that I found complemented and gave me many arguments that support my way of thinking. At the cultural interactions, one of the people which I interviewed fully agreed with my point of view, while the other one didn't. That person truly thought that education is not the key to solve some of the problems that we're facing. When I heard this point of view, I was really surprised, but also intrigued about it. I realized that different perspectives are really important in order to expand our knowledge as we can learn a lot from them. To conclude, I made a proposal for solving this issue. The aim of it is to increase the importance that people give this issue and the consequence try to solve it. It consisted in a series of actions that the government, teachers, and us as the population should do. The most important points of it are that the government should design a new study plan for students in order to connect the themes seen in class with the world nowadays. For example, to increase the importance of the use of technology and to teach them how to use these new tools that have become indispensable for us. Also, do more strict evaluation to professors. With this, I think that at public schools, the quality of education would enrich. And last but not least, designate more economic resources to public education. With it, not only the actions mentioned before could be done, but also it will help more actions. Also, teachers have a key role in this problem. I think they should encourage team and self-management work in students, because based on my own experience with this, responsibility is learned, and also the ability to be more open-minded in order to accept, take into consideration, and learn from other ways of thinking. The actions that we should do are give a better education at home. With this, lots of values that could complement our personality for good, like honesty, responsibility, respect, solidarity, etc., could be learned. And all these morals will enrich the personality of a person. Also, this proposal that I said could have an impact on me as an individual. If more people in Mexico receive a quality education at school and at home, then, as it has been already explained, the levels of insecurity could decrease, and this will benefit me, as the probability of getting robbed or being a victim of it and any other crime would be less. Another important impact is that we will have less pollution in the environment, and finally, the economy will increase. Furthermore, this proposal has both positive and negative implications that show the interrelation between society, economy, and the environment on a global scale. To begin, some of the positive implications are that everyone has to be part of it for us to see a real change. And additional to this, the conditions of living that people have will increase because we have better paid jobs and the economy will increase. The levels of pollution could decrease because of the population would understand the importance of taking care of the environment. On the contrary, this proposal also has negative implications. The most important one is that for us to see a real change in this issue, a long time of period we have to pass. Finally, I personally think that I have a key role in terms of my proposal and taking action because somehow I am part of this problem, as it affects all of us. The role that I have is to try to encourage people to realize the importance of education and the different consequences that the lack of it can bring. Also, as I am part of the population, then I should also try to teach the basic moral values to my relative and friends.